Ian.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Ian, and welcome everyone to the Apex Adjacent podcast.
Yes, welcome. And in a very shocking turn of events, we have a show planned tonight that is all about cars.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get into too many emotions. We're not going to unpack why whenever you look at a Rorschach test, you see like a Maserati on fire and your mother barbecuing over it. You know, we're not going to do anything like that tonight. No. Yeah.
No, we're not.
No.
But yeah, we're going to talk about some new car news, and then we have some car things happening in our lives.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. So let's get right into it, though.
Okay.
Because, so the big story that's happening this week when we're recording this, which is not when you're listening to it, but don't think about that too much, is that there was a Tesla crash in Texas a couple of days ago.
Yes.
And the big thing that happened is that, it's not really that big of news when there's a car crash.
Right.
It happen all the time. But 2 people died.
Okay.
Also not super unusual, unfortunately.
Right.
But what is unusual about it is that there was nobody in the driver's seat.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. All right.
There was nobody in the driver's seat, and it took the firefighters several hours to put it out.
Okay.
36,000 gallons of water or something like that.
Dear Lord, because electric car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it caught fire, but that apparently they were going pretty fast. So they, it's thought that they hit a tree and then the car caught fire.
Okay. Gotcha.
So naturally, because it's Tesla's story, it's very newsworthy.
Yes.
And for reasons we'll get into in a second, but there was the inevitable backlash, right?
Right.
Of the Tesla fanboys,
right.
freaking out.
We see the same pattern every time a Tesla article hits, right?
Yes. And so they're talking about it in terms of FUD is what they're saying that the journalists are doing. And FUD is an acronym for fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Okay.
So the reason that I really wanted to talk about this, and I encourage everybody for the car journalism angle to read Jason Torchinsky's great article in Jalopnik about it.
Yes. We'll put a link in the show notes. Yeah.
Yes. It's just entitled Why We Write About Tesla Crashes.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting about it is and this is not a unique observation about Tesla, but the fan base and the news cycle, ebb and flow is very much from the tech world.
Right.
Spreading FUD is something that, my coworkers talk about all the time in the context of other technology companies, of Silicon Valley companies.
So I've never heard the term. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's basically if I'm a network engineer, right? I work for a network engineering company, so we make big routers and switches and stuff. And if I went and said my competition, makes, they drop links all the time and they're going to make Netflix not work for you.
Okay. Right.
And even if I'm taking a kernel of truth or something that's 100% true, even
right,
and saying this could happen to you, that's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Right.
Okay.
So you're planting that in the minds of your customers and your competitors' customers
for your gain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's a thing that happens all the time, but I think it doesn't usually happen as much in the retail space, which is kind of where cars sort of operate.
Sure. No, you're exactly right, because we've never had technologies that have been so scary to folks before. right? As like autopilot and self-parking and stuff like that. So it's more likely for FUD to creep in through those vectors than things that we're all familiar with: steering wheel, four wheels, windshield, etc.
Well,
right?
but I don't think that's what this is, because I don't think that this conversation is FUD. But that's what their Tesla's defenders are saying it is.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
what I think is happening is just that I think that the Tesla fan, like diehard fan base,
Right.
is not participating in the same conversation that car makers and car buyers have been having for the last 100 years. Right?
Okay. Okay.
They're having a conversation. They're participating in a conversation in the same way that like Apple users and PC users have been in. Right.
Okay. Okay.
That like really adversarial, tribal sort of thing, and it's very like just the pace of it, and it reminds me of how tech companies talk. And again, it's not like a unique observation, but this is just another way that it's manifesting, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So I just think it's really interesting how these how obviously Tesla coming out and talking about autopilot as a safety feature and calling it full self-driving.
Right.
Full self-driving beta.
Right. Right.
I mean, the idea that they're promoting it in that way, and then it kills people, and then automotive journalists write about it. Of course they are.
Right. Of course they do. Right.
And the thing that you're seeing online is Tesla people going like, well, okay, write about all the GM vehicles that had crashes and
yes. Okay.
Right.
Like the whatabouts. Okay.
Right. And it's like, well, nobody from that company has been saying our car drives itself.
Right. 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 Yeah.
It's not really the same thing.
Right. Right. Yeah. Also, none of our drivers have, license plates that say shareholder on it.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And
okay.
I just think it's like, it's another example of how when like tech companies start to operate in their tech company way in meat space.
Right. Right.
The meat ends up dead sometimes.
Right. Right. And it turns out, privacy is a thing that people need to be concerned about. Like safety is a thing that people need to be concerned about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just, I don't know if a Silicon Valley company can ever be both a Silicon Valley company and a responsible, like real world consequences type company. You know what I mean? Like,
and maybe it's a false assumption to say that there are real world, deal with the consequences types of companies, right? I mean, like, it's an aspirational goal, right? There's a spectrum, right?
Yes, but I do think that there are companies. I mean, I think there is a like you said, a spectrum, and I think that there are a lot of companies who are used to dealing with real world life or death consequences.
Yes. Take Volvo, for example, right? They flat out said that they were going to end fatalities in their vehicles in the year 2020. They had said that, a while ago, right? That's a noble effort, right? They weren't selling self-driving features or autopilot features or stuff like that. They're framing it in with a safety conversation first and a technology conversation second, right?
Right. And just so the culture of like a technology company is to innovate at all costs.
Right.
And if there's bugs, then we fix them. We fix them later. You go fast, break stuff is the kind of the mantra of all that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But in this case, like the stuff is people,
right?
That you're breaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
No, it's not. It is not. It is a tragic accident. I really, it's unfortunate that when folks are trying to confront things that like put people in a position where they may be endangering their own lives because they have had this technology framed in a certain way to them, like the self-driving stuff. And then a tragic thing happens like this, and people report on the tragic thing happening, that there is a backlash to it saying that like, well, you're just, you're just a dinosaur, you're just opposed, like you're in the pocket of, big oil, like all of that kind of stuff. Right. I had a conversation with my coworkers earlier today, because there was an athlete that was talking to Anthony Fauci about how to increase vaccine adoption in the Black community. Right. Mm-hmm. And he was, they were talking about like building trust. Right. And the Black community is very wary of anytime the government says, hey, you should take this injection into your arm, because we've done awful shit to people in the past. We've not treated syphilis, like the Tuskegee experiments. We've literally injected plutonium into people without telling them to see what would happen. Okay? So go figure, people are not trusting of the government. Right? And so like this backlash like that is sometimes warranted, right, from a community that has been wronged, versus like the Tesla fanboys, right, that are buying into a cult of personality and conspiratorial like behavior, like this, like Jason said, like it's not because of anti-Elon cabals, right? People are just trying to do honest work and report consequences, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think too that the memories are short from those people, and I think partly because a lot of them may be new to automotive journalism too. But like, I remember do you remember the ignition switch?
Yes.
Issue with GM, which
of course
was like a huge story.
Yes,
it was a massive story.
Yep.
Dieselgate, like off the top, and the shifter thing with the Jeeps.
Toyota unintended acceleration with the floor mats, right?
Right, with the floor. I forgot about the floor mats. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to, Ralph Nader, right?
Yeah.
And
right.
Safe at Any Speed. There is a long tradition of people of journalism kind of pointing out the flaws in safety issues. And there have been, including instances where there was FUD happening, like the rollover. Rollover
God,
thing,
yeah,
where they like faked the rollovers to make the story more sensational. And then there was another one, another news magazine in the 90s that rigged a gas tank to explode.
Yes.
On impact.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
So there are instances where journalism or journalists have not done the right thing, but this isn't one of them. Right.
Yes, exactly. Right.
This is somebody reporting on a thing that happened.
Right. Yeah. Trust in journalism is warranted in this case.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I don't know. If you could isolate, there are times when like isolating everything that surrounds a car would make me want it so much more. Right? Like if you could shield a Tesla from all of this stuff, I would want it more. Right? But like I saw a tweet earlier from a guy that was like, I'm the only person at my work that has a Tesla out of 200 employees. And today, like every single effing person has come by my desk to talk to me about this crash. And I'm sick and tired of it. Right.
Right.
Like
you need it's like a Faraday cage for the
Discourse. Yes. That's good. Faraday. I'm writing that down. Faraday cage for Discourse. We're patenting
I believe it's the Discourse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in life that I would feel that way about.
If we could completely eliminate everything from Subaru WRX STIs, right? I think we would enjoy them a lot more.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
But, right? Like, that's not what we do.
For that, you don't need a Faraday cage for the Discourse. You just need a fan to push the
vape smoke. Yes. Yes. You need like that.
Just a leaf blower.
I'll just follow you in the Vigan.
Yeah.
While you're driving a Rex. Yeah. Ah, Ian. Yeah. No, so absolutely everyone needs to read Jason's article here. Yes. And you had a great point, Ian, in what you said where your favorite Torchinsky articles are the dad ones, where he walks into a room where his automotive large sons are beating the shit out of each other and then calmly sits them down and explains it all. Yes.
Yeah, because that's sort of what he did in this article of just like, everybody just stop hitting each other with hammers.
Right.
Which is the thing that happened in my house a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no.
They were playing, my kids decided to play hit each other with hammers.
Oh, no, Ian, you got to keep the tools on a high shelf.
That's not good. But yeah, it was basically like, just laid it out in one place. This is this is why it's important. This is, the angle we're coming at it from.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, definitely read Jason's article on that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll put a link in the show notes for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So there is other more happy car news.
Yeah. Let's move on from something so potentially polarizing to another thing that I think has been equally polarizing in the Twitter sphere.
It has been, and I really want to ask your thoughts on the 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz, because you are a noted lover of small pick-em-up trucks.
Yes, as someone who grew up with mini trucks, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's the genre of truck. They're called mini trucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I've had both ends of the mini truck spectrum. I've had the completely pared down standard cab Nissan, right? With like a 4-speed manual, like air conditioning, and that was it, right? All vinyl interior. And then I had a nicer Nissan King Cab, like all of that stuff, right? So from as mini trucks go, late 80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are both body on frame though, right?
Yes, they are. They're body on frame. Yes, they were traditional trucks. Yeah. And favorite thing about them, Nissan didn't even have a name for the truck.
Right.
Yeah, it was just called the pickup truck or the hard body. They just called it the hard body pickup truck. Right? Yep. It was just Nissan truck. How like that is such a charming thing to think about in the automotive community when the thing, like that one thing just didn't even have a name. It just was the thing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like naming your dog.
Yes. Right? Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, and it making sense being like, well, why wouldn't we call him dog? It's a dog. Right? Yeah.
And then just like looking at someone like really off, like when they ask you what his name is, like it's dog.
It's dog. Yeah.
Dog.
Right? You're on Rock Auto, like trying to find parts for your dog. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I am fully in support of the weird little trucks, the non-body on frame trucks, the unibody trucks. I like the Ridgeline. I like all the weird trucks. Do you
like the Baja?
I like the Baja. Okay. It like, yes, you can't do a lot with that bed, but like you can do more than a trunk usually, right? Yeah. Right? I mean, that's kind of the purpose. More than a trunk.
Yep.
Right? And it's a cool looking little truck, man. I like it.
It is. I dig it.
Right?
I'm excited to see him on the road. Like I think the thing I like about it is that it's, I don't think I'm going to buy one.
Right.
But
right.
I do appreciate that it's a different shape
Yes.
than everything else that's on the road right now.
Yes.
And I just think that's anytime that happens, which is so rare now.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
everything looks so similar.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Right?
I'm excited to see him on the road.
Yeah.
Out and about.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Give me the weird little trucks, man. I don't like this gatekeeping of like it's not a truck because it's not body on like I don't care, man. It's got a bed. You can throw like a whole bunch of wet mulch in it and not give a shit. That's my definition of what makes a truck, right? You know? Right?
Yeah.
Can you throw muddy shit in the back of it and not care? Can you take a hose to part of it and be okay? Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's going to be great. It's turbo, all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You're going to see. I'm glad we both like it because we are going to see 100 of these things every day.
Yes.
Driving up to the mountains with 2 mountain bikes in the back.
Yeah.
Like this is actually like a really appealing car for Denver.
Yes. Yeah. It's not a Subaru Crosstrek, right?
Right.
Yeah. I dig it. You're right. It's super appealing for Denver. No, you can't tow anything with it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Right? Somebody like if you're buying something this small, you know, like you're going to be doing a trailer hitch mounted bike rack. You're not going to be towing a race car. Like, you know, that's the kind of stuff. You might be towing one of those Thule trailers that you put like, you know, roof boxes on the trailer, you know, stuff like that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Like
as a little, because it's small enough to have in the city.
Yeah.
And it's turbocharged, which is great for the mountains and the altitude. And it's got just enough utility to like go up to the mountain, like go camping or go mountain biking, get to a kind of a harder trailhead.
Right.
That's I think I dig it. I really do. I think it's super cool.
One of these with a bike rack, you know, throw like if you had a kayak, you throw it on the bike rack. Like, you could do cool stuff with something like this. I dig it. I dig it. As someone who can only throw something in their race car, like if they don't care if it gets dirty, having a little truck like this that would be like cool to tootle around in the city as well is something that is very attractive to me. You know? Yeah. I dig it.
I am looking up some specs on it. Hyundai also plans to rate. This is from a Car and Driver article on it. It's going to rate the 2.5 liter turbo version, all-wheel drive model, to tow up to 5,000 pounds.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you can tow a car.
You could tow the Vigan with this.
I could. Jeez. All right.
On a little dolly. Trailer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm into it even more. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine all your tires lined up in the back there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Or let's say you had a track prepped Veloster. Right?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
The Hyundai race team. There you go.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Right? God, I should have done an FMK cars for you like that. Right?
There you go.
Speaking of tiny trucks and FMK cars, Ian, I have an FMK cars for you.
I'm excited to hear it because that's the game we play on this here show. It's based on the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, but we play it with cars instead of people because we're nice. Yes,
you're exactly right. Ian, in this one, first of all, this one's called Baby Twux. You want me to read that again? Baby Twux.
Little baby Twux.
Baby Twux.
Little baby Twux.
This baby Twux. Baby Twux. Yeah.
Car show. We're doing car show.
Car show. Okay. Car show. Okay. Like trucks that when you see them, you think you hear Baby Shark in your head. Okay. Have you been able to shield your children from that song?
I have.
Nice. Well done.
We didn't really do much children's music.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you just took them straight into Dark Side of the Moon.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. No. Then you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Okay. In this FMK cars, I'm going to give you a little truck that we can't get here, right?
Okay.
With a twist of like of something that we could get here, or something that, something that kind of makes it better or different. Okay. But it's still kind of in character of the truck. Okay. A lot of times when we see these mini trucks that we can't get elsewhere, it's so interesting to see them as to how different they are from the trucks that we can get in America, right? So, first example, I'm going to go ahead and give you a Ram 700. Yes. Okay? The little Ram 700. Here's a great one, the Fiat Strada, right? Same thing, right?
I saw a Fiat Strada on my drive past my house the other day.
No way, that's awesome.
Yeah, because for anyone who doesn't know, like, we see cars from Mexico every once in a while. Up here in Denver, pretty often actually. And I saw one, and I ran to the window like I was expecting a FedEx package. Was that the FedEx guy? And I saw it like kind of out of the corner of my eye at the beginning of my block, and I just like sprinted up to the window. It was like, oh, it's a Fiat Strada. That's
awesome, man. Now we've both seen one. I saw one at the junkyard, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the Fiat Strada. Okay. Ram 700, whatever, right? And the twist is that you get an interior from a modern American Ram truck. Okay?
Oh.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull up a picture of the Ram Longhorn interior. Right? Okay. Yeah. All right.
They're pretty nice.
They're very nice, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you see where I'm going here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Up next, I'm going to give you a Mitsubishi Triton, Triton. Okay, it's Mitsubishi's little mini truck that is available who knows where. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Ian, I'm going to give you a full-on built motor and transmission from a Generation 2 DSM Eclipse in this thing.
How big is this? Because it looks big.
Is this... Well, I mean, it's not big compared to like a Ram 1500, but it's not... It's not like Fiat small. It's a probably smaller than probably along the ridgeline, the first gen ridgeline size.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Oh, it's a Ram 1200. It's rebadged as.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Okay. So you get the built DSM crank walkie motor and transmission. Everything else is the same. All right.
Okay. All right.
Then, lastly, I'm going to give you a Volkswagen Tarok. Okay?
Yes.
This is the Volkswagen little truck. All right? Look at that thing. Okay? Ian, it's going to be bagged.
Oh.
It's going to be bagged. You get a bagged mini truck.
Okay.
And I have Googled bagged VW Tarok, as you can see from my search history. The closest thing to it is the equivalent SUV, which looks fucking sick sitting on bags.
Yeah. Well, I think because the Tarok, I think that's just a concept still. I don't think they've released.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But
how imagine that with like a little truck.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you get the Ram 700 with the nice Longhorn interior, or whatever like modern Ram interior you really want.
Yeah.
The Triton with a crazy DSM motor, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just go as big as you want on that like Mitsubishi TD04 turbo, right? Yeah. That's just, I think the same Vigan turbo was the Evo turbo in I think like the Evo 6 or 7. I could be wrong, but yeah, it is a TD04 in the Vigan. Yeah.
Time wise.
Yeah, right.
Or the bagged
Tarok.
So I'm gonna crush the Mitsubishi.
Really? Okay.
So I have a few reasons for this.
Sure.
First of all, pretty ugly.
It is pretty ugly. Even the new one, it kind of just looks like a Nissan Murano.
Yeah, it's not a good looking car.
Yeah.
Also, I have heard way too many horror stories about DSMs.
Okay.
And also just generally like fast trucks. They're like a curiosity for me, but they don't interest me that much. You know,
Okay.
like we drove that Durango on track. Do you remember that?
Oh, or was it the
years ago
Jeep?
now?
Was it the Jeep SRT?
It was the Jeep SRT. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. It wasn't the Dodge Durango, same car, but whatever.
Right.
The Jeep SRT 8, and it was
Yes.
hilarious.
Yes.
And you know, you can take a hilarious line around a track with that because you just
Right.
go over all the curves.
Right. Right.
And like I'm glad that I had the opportunity to do that, but I do not need to live with that every day. Like I would
Right.
get sick of it real quick.
Yes. Yes.
And like I get excited every time I see a Raptor, but like I don't really want one.
Right. 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 Because I don't know about you, but I can't dune jump on the way to work.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna crush the Mitsubishi.
Okay. Okay.
And then this is tough because
because you're deeply ingrained Volkswagenitis, right?
Yeah,
Your congenital Volkswagenitis that you have.
I know. And also like a bagged mini truck is just cool.
It is. Yeah.
I
Right?
wouldn't own a bagged almost anything else.
Right. Right.
Except for maybe like a huge old American sedan, right?
Right. Or a Passat wagon.
Well, probably not. But I would say like your car on bags would be.
Oh, Luther on bags? Yeah. 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 Let's Google bagged LS460 real quick. Yeah.
Lambo Dark Cavalier. Something like that.
Yeah.
Bag, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
big
just
sedan.
insane. It's just ridiculous.
Or like an old 7 Series or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So a big sedan on bags or a mini truck on bags. And I think those are the two genres of cars that I enjoy on bags.
Okay. Okay.
The smart thing to do would be to marry the Fiat with the nice interior because that's
Right.
like the best thing to live with and it's actually functional. And of course, I'm going to drive it for a day.
Okay. Okay.
And I would marry the Tarot on bags because that'd be so badass.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Right? That's a cool looking little truck and it would look sweet slammed to the ground hard parked.
Yeah.
I
do hope that Hyundai I hope that Hyundai sells a ton of these trucks.
Yes, like crazy.
And it forces FCA to bring the Ram 700
Yes.
and Volkswagen to actually make the Tarok, and I hope we actually get a little like small pick 'em up truck renaissance.
Right. Even if they're just crossovers with a truck bed, even like despite all the negative shit that people might want to throw towards it, I don't care. I just want weird little trucks on the road. That's going to make me happy. This is what I need right now, okay? Do not rob me of my joy.
Well, imagine if Ford saw this happening and was like, we still got all the parts and pieces from the Focus RS laying around.
See? Right?
What if we made a mini Raptor?
Right?
Mini truck with a Focus RS underneath?
Right?
It would be bonkers and great.
What's the little dinosaur that has the big flappy things that come out like that?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that's what they should call it. Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Raptor and then whatever that thing is.
Call it the one that killed Newman.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Oh, Wayne Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do here?
I would absolutely marry the Fiat, the Ram 700 with the nice Longhorn interior that makes me feel like I just need to hold a snifter of cognac, right? Yeah, right. I need a better belt buckle to even get into that car.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. And then definitely for a day, we're rolling in the bag Tarek,
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Nice. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I like that.
Well, that was a good one. I enjoyed
Thanks,
that.
man. Thanks. It's been a while since I've given you an FMK cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, more automotive news, Ian. What's more stuff that we're going to like that people have been trying to shit on lately?
Well, so there is another new concept car that's out, and it's an automaker that we have talked about a lot on this show.
Okay. I'd say we had a pretty good run on these guys.
I think we've driven 0 of these cars in our time doing this show, and I just realized now. Yeah. But Lincoln debuted a new concept car called the Zephyr.
Yes.
Zephyr Reflection.
Okay. All right.
It's really pretty.
It looks really good. It looks like a very curvy version of the last Saab 9.5.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, it definitely has front wheel drive proportions.
Right. And blacked A-pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little Kia Stingery.
There's a little bit of that in there. I mean, and
a little Q8 maybe.
The MKZ.
Yep.
You can kind of see that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good looking car.
I like it. Yeah.
I think we're probably not going to get it because it was debuted in China, and I think it's only for the China market because Lincoln is not making any cars here anymore.
Oh, really? They've given up on the Continental and everything else?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe they're canceling all that stuff. So there's no Lincoln cars moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really pretty, and it just
oh wow, look at the interior. Jeez.
Right? And it really just drives home what a missed opportunity Lincoln has had on their hands for the last 10 years.
Right.
Of seeing which way they had the luxury of seeing which way Cadillac went.
Yes.
And all they had to do was invest some money and go the opposite direction.
Right. Just take the sports out of the whole thing. Right?
Yep.
Comfort and posh. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do it. Right?
Yeah. They could still do it.
Right? Right. Also, I got to say, whenever we were in the Lincoln booth, at the auto show and stuff like that, and we would be around textured walls or surfaces that had the Lincoln logo, right? That kind of what is that shape? Elongated rectangle with it's a little puffy, right?
Yeah.
That's a great, it's an elongated hexagon, right? It's a great platform to it's a great foundation to kick off design themes and textured surfaces and the way that the Mazda RX-8 had Doritos everywhere, the Epicureoid everywhere. This just the Lincoln version of it seems very classy, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, it is really pretty.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer that we're probably not going to get it here, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it really does. It's so good. But that brings me to an FMK cars.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it, buddy. Yeah.
So this one's pretty simple, straightforward. It's just called Lincoln Concept Cars.
Oh,
so these are
nice.
Lincoln concept cars from the not so distant past.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start with the most far back, 1995.
Okay.
Lincoln Sentinel Concept. Sentinel,
okay.
like Sentinel.
Sentinel. EL.
EL. Yep.
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 Okay. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. I remember this. Yes.
Right. So this is underneath a Panther body.
Oh,
so
no way.
Yeah. It's a town car. It's a cop car.
Yeah.
It's a taxi cab underneath.
This,
but it had a V12. It was going to have a V12.
All right.
And it's pretty bonkers.
It is. It looks like something that would fit in the Warren Beatty, Dick Tracy movie, or in Demolition Man.
Oh, right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And this is yeah, I think it's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very Batman. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Like
Right?
it looks like what like Bruce Wayne would drive, or like Bruce Wayne's like real life rival would drive, or something.
Yes. Yes. And the Michael Keaton Batman, not like right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right.
Not nipple George Clooney Batman or Ben Affleck or whatever that one was. Okay.
Right. It definitely has that like 80s looking back at the 30s, looking forward to what the 80s were going to be like sort of vibe, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. There have been pencil sketches of this on people's desks since the 50s. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All right. So the next one is a 2001 Lincoln MK9.
All right. Okay. 9.
So this is a coupe.
Ah, okay.
So like the Mark 9 concept. It was a coupe with a V8.
Okay.
I don't remember what chassis it's based off of, but
sure.
I think this is like, you can definitely see the like, the design language with the grille and all that. And
right.
The headlights, I think, do not work.
Yes.
But the shape itself is pretty cool.
It does look like they just tacked Ford 500 headlights to it. Yes. But yeah, the proportions and chrome striping. I
think it works best in just like straight side on.
Yes. Yes. Just straight profile, right?
Mm-hmm. Like that. That's a pretty good angle.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah.
A big luxurious coupe.
Yes.
All right. So the last one, 2004.
Uh-huh.
Lincoln Mark 10. Mark X is how they call it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Concept, of course.
So this is a V8 convertible. You got to go, MK Space X.
MK SpaceX, because the MKX was the crossover, right?
Right.
Yeah. Search instead for.
Yes.
Okay.
There was a convertible.
Uh-huh.
Hardtop. It was a hardtop convertible with a V8. It was based on the Thunderbird.
Gotcha. Okay.
That like awful.
You can totally see it. Yeah, the retro future Thunderbird. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. But I think this looks way better than the Thunderbird did.
It does. Yeah.
Even though it's 280 horsepower or whatever.
Sure.
Seems not enough for a car this big and chunky looking, but
right.
I think it's pretty rad looking. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the top in this picture. Yeah, it looks like it slides up over the sunroof or target top.
Yeah, I think it has some
back into okay.
Yeah, it's got like some crazy folding mechanism.
Gotcha.
So no catches, just straight up.
The sleepy boy. Okay. All right. I think. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. None of these are like stone cold smoke show hottie, good looking cars here.
These are the best ones I could find, Dave.
Really? Okay. All right.
Lincoln has been kind of like lost for a really long time.
They've needed our help for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I am going to marry the hardtop convertible Mark X.
Wow.
Okay.
Is this the first time you've married a convertible?
Probably.
Some sort of incentivizing catch on the show?
Probably. I'm never going to put the top down.
Okay.
But it's the thing that most makes me think of like a 1960 something Continental, right? Which I consider like the most beautiful Lincoln of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And then I think for a day, I think I need to wear like the David Byrne like giant oversized like plastic suits and
like
drive.
Stop Making Sense.
Stop Making Sense. Thank you. Yes. And drive the 1995 Lincoln Sentinel concept.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think that means I'm killing the Mark 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Stop making sense.
Yeah.
Either that or the Klaus Nomi. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Or what's his name? Klaus Nomi. Yeah. The guy that it was like a big plastic kind of thing. That he would. This dude.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Shows up in the Venture Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I did want to say about what I noticed when I was looking up the concept cars from Lincoln's past is that, from everything that I found from like the 90s up through present day, were either like concept cars that were just like really conventional, kind of boring. Like, this is basically what the car is going to look like.
Right.
All their crossovers were kind of like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think the Continental sort of fell into that category too.
Did.
The concept was a little cooler than what ended up.
Right.
But for the most part, they were all like retro inspired.
Okay.
And I like this concept, that the Zephyr one that we were just talking about, I feel like is the first one in a long time where it's actually like pretty forward looking.
Yes.
And not at all like trying to recapture whatever, blah, 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 blah.
No, that's a great point. Ian. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, this is forward looking. Yeah, this is like kind of striking a new design for Lincoln. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Which is cool to see, and it's disappointing that it's happening right when they're They're going to stop making cars for the U.S. market. But what are you going to do? Oh boy, we're gonna.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's late.
It is.
So should we wrap up by talking about our car activities, and then
we can. I do have a car stanza for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So our good buddy PETA, we think about you every day. We love you, and we send you all the good vibes of automotive repair. Right. He saw this while he was driving around, and there's nothing I can say for it, but thank you for sending it to us, PETA. Ian, tell the people what you see.
It is a Volkswagen GTI Mark something.
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
Yeah. 6. With the BMW M badge on it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. This one could go either way. This is I feel torn. I feel like this is done for the lulz.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna try to. I don't think they're fool. I don't know. What do you think? What's your gut?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe a friend of theirs stuck it on there as a joke. Maybe they had an M before, and this is now their like practical vehicle, and so they just like pulled the M badge off and put it on the GTI, right? I don't know.
Is that like putting the silhouettes of all the airplanes that you've shot down?
Yes.
All the cars you've blown up in the past.
Yes.
Terrible ownership.
Yes. Also, I mean, they have a Buffalo Bills license plate frame, so do they make good decisions in general? Like, they're not really used to taking the W.
It's a real interesting set of context clues here, because there's some roof bars.
Yeah. Hawaiian, like
a hula dancer.
Yeah, on the dash. Right? Yeah.
A sports ball license plate frame, and then the M badge.
Yeah.
This person contains multitudes.
They do.
Smoke, I assume.
And what?
And vape smoke.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I feel like if I met this person, I wouldn't really want to hang out with them. Even if it was for the lulz, I wouldn't like that was their idea of lulz. Right?
Hmm.
You know, like you're technically telling a joke, not a funny one. You know?
I don't think so. I think this person is harmless. They're affable. Affable.
Yeah, you think so? You think this is the gesture of a kind person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like, for some reason, I think a hatchback shape with an M badge, like, I don't know. It's just different. Maybe I'm just feeling sympathetic because they're a Volkswagen owner.
Yeah. I mean, you would never, ever do anything like this, right?
I would not.
Right.
No.
Right. First of all, the thing that you would do is just wait for the letters of your car to fall off. And if they happen to spell another make or model, then so be it. I mean, that's just nature taking its course.
Right. Well, and my paint is not strong enough structurally to hold anything on it. Like
right.
Extra badges. So it would just fall right off anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dave has alarm bells and I'm nonplussed.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I also have on my eyes that I forgot to mention before now, but I want to get your take on this person, Ian. Okay? All right. It is a black Kia Stinger with a vanity plate that says
Stung.
Yep. Sure does.
Yep.
Stung.
Yep.
New iPhone camera, way better than old iPhone camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your intern's camera is fantastic.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't love this.
Yeah, this is one of the things where like I see it and I just like internally scream, "We get it!"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen Kia Stingers with license plates that say like BZZZZZ. You know, like Buzz. Okay, All right, sure, right. Okay,
right.
But stung. Like I don't like that it's the past tense. I don't. You know.
Well, and I think the implication is you got stung.
Yeah, you got stung by the stinger. Yeah. This is like a shock jock kind of finger guns.
Guns.
Yeah.
This is done with finger guns.
Yeah.
And I don't like anything done with finger guns.
Yeah.
Unironically.
And vocal fry. Yeah. Right? Yeah, the guy's voice that you hear when you boot up Crazy Taxi on the Sega Dreamcast.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
This is what you see.
It's basically just like, you got stung.
Yeah, and then like you hear Offspring in the background. Oh, you got stung. There you go. You've been stung. Yeah.
Joey the Font Monster and the Stinger.
So I'm out driving the Stinger this weekend. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Pass. Right. Okay. So our car related activities. Let's talk about what we're doing with our cars.
Yes. I had someone else work on my car.
Me too.
We kind of talked about this last time we talked, but it is back. It's back home.
Okay, you got it because you were supposed to pick it up in the snow.
Yes. So it had to stay at the mechanic, and he laughed heartily at me when I told him, like, can I pick it up on Monday instead? And he was like, he laughed and he was like, you have no idea how many people have told me the same thing. So like, I feel like I've found my place because it's all people who have tires that don't work for the place that we have all chosen to live in.
Right. Well done, Ian. Well done.
But yes, the car is back home and safe, and very excited. It feels whenever I put my Summers on, and especially now that it's been aligned and they replaced a bunch of rubber bits, so it's all like tightened up.
Nice.
I thought my power steering was broken at first. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the steering feels so much lighter when you're on winter tires because they're thinner. And,
right.
And there's just less contact. And then I'm on my track tires, and I'm like, oh god, it's like it moves when I move the steering wheel. What's happening? So I'm very, very excited for track day this weekend.
Yes. Yeah, right. Me too. I get my alignment on Friday, Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also like less than a month from doing the next chump car race, which chump car, whatever the fuck. But doing that in Hallett at Hallett with my dad's Maserati team, and I've started getting things together for it. Like I got my new helmet.
Nice.
My old helmet was a 2010 model, and I had to get a 2021.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my Hans device recertified. Like, it's
right?
starting to feel real.
It doesn't it feel good to like prepare for stuff like that?
Yes.
It makes me really happy. Yeah.
I'm so psyched.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna get a little bit of video. We're gonna have a good time at the track. We're gonna be safe.
Yes.
Right. Yep. We're gonna charge up our helmet radios. Ian, I'm looking at you.
I know. I will do it.
Yeah. Do I need to carve down another USB cable for you because of that dumb proprietary like connector?
It's the worst. I'll figure something. I'll cram one in there.
Yeah.
One thing that I am excited about is you driving my car.
Yes. Yes.
We've talked a little bit about potentially swapping cars at the track.
Yes.
I'm quite excited for that.
Yes.
How are you feeling about it?
Not great, Bob. Not great. Because
what direction? Are you nervous about me driving your car, or are you nervous about driving my car?
I'm very nervous for you to drive the Vigan. It'd be different if I didn't watch you crash in racing simulators so much.
You've ridden with me on track in real life.
Right, in a car that you know like the back of your hand.
True.
Yes.
True.
Well,
you've ridden with me when we did like the media day.
Yeah. Yeah. And how many times
is that why you're nervous?
How many times during the media day did I go like, Ian? It was more than zero, wasn't it?
It was more than zero.
Yeah, I know you heard me. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right?
We'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll take it easy.
Yeah, because my default mode when I get in someone else's car is to start at grandpa. Right? I start as Pappy Severnuk and I work my way up. It's not a fast process by any means, right?
And I think I'm the same way if it was on the street, but like
no, it's not. You spun the wheels of the Vigan when you drove it through first and second.
In my defense, that's not hard to do.
No, it's not. It is not. But
it was like a chilly night. It was like a chilly night on summer tires too. So.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's not starting at grandpa.
Here's what we should do. We need a safe word. We need a Lyft safe word because I feel like I definitely need one too because I'm such a bad passenger that I'm going to be saying like Dave a lot.
Right. Okay.
And I don't want you to think like, oh, I have to lift every time Ian says
gotcha.
My name.
Okay.
And there'll probably be moments too where it's like a marginal like,
right.
I'm a little scared, but he's got it under control.
Right.
And I need to vocalize that I'm scared, but I don't need him to pull it back.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay.
What do we want to use for a safe word? Stung?
What is our safe word? What's the apex adjacent automotive safe word? Yeah. Should it be like Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, Buick Enclave.
There you go. Yeah. Encore. Yeah.
Encore.
Okay. It'll be Encore. That's our automotive safe word. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
Me too.
Think that'll help.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Encore.
Ian, we haven't even left the paddock yet. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm super excited. I cannot wait. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting on the track with you. We're going to have fun regardless.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I had fun recording a show with you tonight, buddy.
I did as well. I think we did a good car show. We actually talked about car news. We talked about
Yeah.
car things and car places and car people, and it was delightful.
Yes.
If
Yes,
people
it
enjoyed,
was.
if people enjoyed this, what are the things that they should do?
Subscribe on YouTube. Leave us an iTunes review. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Yeah. Chat at us on there. Yeah. That's the best.
Tie a friend to a chair and force them to watch or listen to us Clockwork Orange style.
There you go. There you go. I'm into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We love you, everybody. Thank you. And goodbye.